Oh,
Okay. Okay, yes. Good question. What are the key elements that make for a successful brand activation program?
right.
I think this is interesting mainly because a lot of times when organizations look at brand rebranding, they look at brand rejuvenation, they assume that the next step has to be brand launch. That pretty much becomes the single focus. But brand launch is one of the key elements for brand activation. The other key elements would be employee engagement, wall branding, stationery, really physical elements where you can bring out the brand identity. In fact, it's a great excuse to reimagine your key processes like hiring, like induction, onboarding, or it could even be customer on-site management, just a whole lot around your culture. How do you relook at the culture of the whole thing is actually a part of brand activation. And of course, the operational side of it, which would be reskinning of documents and collaterals. Now, for one of our recent clients where the whole idea was that the brand launch was going to be a big event where they were going to reveal the logo. What we really wanted to do was make sure that there was a way to use that as an excuse and actually start reimagining some of their key processes, right? And all of these different elements have to work in tandem. There has to be a larger project management office that has to be a part of it, where they understand that while these are parallel activities, there needs to be horizontals in terms of making sure the messaging is right, making sure the brand guidelines, of course, are followed to the T, that the brand personality continues to reflect at every stage of conversation, at every stage of interaction, and very importantly, capturing all of this in video, on pictures, because that's going to give you your 1 year's content that you can start using on LinkedIn later. So the whole brand activation is the larger umbrella under which your brand launch should be falling, and everything else also needs to fit in. That is what it is for us. Yeah.